Hello all. In this video we will try to understand the histopathology of the liver. So histology of liver, so where liver is located, mainly you can broadly should be knowing where the liver is located. So histopathology of the liver is means liver. When you cut it down, so you will observe the lobules. So one by one we will see and discuss the terminologies used in the histopathology. So lobules are sheets of connective tissue. Divide the liver into thousands of small units. These are the lobules, and these are roughly hexagonal in shape with portal triads at the vertices and a central vein in the middle. This is how it is shown in the figure, that is hexagonal shape, central vein in the middle, and portal tract at the corners. Next terminology is sinusoids. These are sides of hepatocytes, can be in contact either with sinusoids or neighboring hepatocytes, that is lateral faces. So sinusoidal space you can see here in the figure when you cut it down. So suppose liver section is shown in the here. So liver sinusoidal functional unit consists of this, which is means the in between the hepatocytes and space of Descemet. So it is lateral basal surface and apical surface is shown in the hepatocytes. That will help you understand where the sinusoids are located exactly. In the upcoming slides we will try to understand more about this. Next is Kupffer cells. So hepatocytes make contact with blood in sinusoids, which are distendable vascular channels lined by highly fenestrated endothelial cells and populated with phagocytic Kupffer cells. So this figure also explains where these Kupffer cells are located exactly. So these are between the or in the endothelial cells. Next terminology is bile canaliculi. It is a portion of the lateral faces of hepatocytes and is modified to form bile canaliculi. So it is lateral surface here in the left figure, which is modified in the second figure you can see. So these are lateral faces consist of bile canaliculi. So microvilli are present abundantly on the sinusoidal face and project sparsely into bile canaliculi. So this is one more figure where I have shown the four lobes of the liver, from where the section of the section is taken. It shows hepatocytes, that is hexagonal structure, and then this figure is further modified into like right figure, which shows the central vein, then portal triad, then hepatocytes and bile canaliculi, portal vein, and everything you can see and try to understand in this figure. Next is space of Descemet. It is the space between endothelium and hepatocytes, which is called as space of Descemet, which collects lymph for delivery to lymphatic capillaries. So you can see in this figure, so the role of space of Descemet is collection of lymph for the delivery into lymphatic capillaries. And this space here, you must be trying to understand where this space of Descemet is. It is mentioned in the red lines, so you just find it out where this must be located. Next is hepatocyte nuclei. Hepatocyte nuclei are distinctly round with one or two prominent nucleoli. A majority of cells have a single nucleus, but binucleated cells are also common. So this is HNE, that is hematoxylin and eosin staining of the hepatocytes, where the nucleus is stained blue and the other structures are stained purple. Next is Golgi vesicles. Hepatocytes typically contain many stacks of Golgi membranes. Golgi vesicles are particularly numerous in the vicinity of the bile canaliculi, reflecting transport of bile constituents into these channels. So the role of bile, why these bile Golgi vesicles are located near bile canaliculi is for the transport of bile constituents into the channels of Golgi vesicles. So here I have shown the figure, or particularly one hepatocyte where you can see the nucleus, and around that way so many. So you just try to figure it out where this bile Golgi vesicles are and what their role and why they are situated here. Next is endoplasmic reticulum. Hepatocytes are exceptionally active in synthesis of proteins and lipids for export. As a consequence of these activities, ultrastructural examination of hepatocytes reveals bountiful quantities of both rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So it is very well known that liver is responsible for synthesis of numerous proteins, that is albumin, globulin, and so many. So it requires the apparatus, that is endoplasmic reticulum, where this protein synthesis takes place. So you, in this figure, you find out where this endoplasmic reticulum is. Everything is shown in the figure. Next is the acinus. The hepatic acinus is the functional unit of liver. So you try to understand in this figure how or what acinus is exactly. So here I have shown two hepatocytes, and in between them the acinus is present, and where I have shown in the yellow, that is layer first, second, and third. And what does it mean? So these are the zones in the acinus. The acinus is roughly divided into zones that correspond to distance from the arterial blood supply. Okay, so those hepatocytes closest to the arterioles are the best oxygenated, and this arrangement also means that cells in the center of the acinus, that is zone 1, are the first to see and potentially absorb blood-borne toxins absorbed into portal blood from small intestine. So the net result is that a variety of pathologic responses led to lesions that reflect acinar structure. For example, necrosis of hepatocytes at the periphery of the acinus. So zone first receives most of the oxygenated blood and blood. So that's why you can see the lesions, that is necrosis, in the periphery of the hepatocytes. So next is arterial and venous blood supply. So this red is what artery or vein, or blue is artery or vein, that you can understand, and how that gives blood supply, where these are actually located, you can see at the corners of the hepatocytes. Next is staining techniques. Just two staining techniques I have mentioned here. There are many more, so that can be done in order to check hepatocyte structure. So one is hematoxylin and eosin, that is to check the normal histoarchitecture of hepatocytes, which stains nucleus and other parts. And other stain is PASS technique, that is periodic acid strips technique, which stains the glycogen. Particularly it stains glycogen bright pink in color. So thank you.